Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Kotar. Now, on the agenda today, we are going to head down to the sewers to try and save Zaalbar and find our way into the Black Vulkar base, but we have some unfinished business here in the Outcast village. First thing we got to do is we got to let Wookie here know that his apprentice is no more.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Your apprentice is dead. I have her journal.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Wookie knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
Oi. Very well. Tell me the history of your people. This is Recon.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Taris, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
So it was like a penal colony. Is that how you came to be down here?
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
So what is this Promised Land? Or, actually, how can I lead you to this Promised Land when I don't even know what it is?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
I do have one of the journals you're looking for?
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to
Oh, we
solve
found
this
it on the
mystery.
apprentice's body.
Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
Okay, well, that is what it is. Now, our other business here in the Outcast village is we have the Outcast healer. We have some folks that are behind here infected with the rakghoul serum, and fortunately, the doctor had the cure available. I went ahead and bought that off camera. Is it still here? There we go. Rakghoul serum. So let's get these rakghouls healed so they're not attacking my flank a little bit later.
Back again? Is there something else you need?
I brought you a serum to cure the rakghoul disease.
Your offer is generous, Upworlder, but the serum is useless to us now. The villagers infected with the rakghoul disease have been quarantined beyond this gate. At any moment they could be transformed into terrible monsters. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into rakghouls and attack them at any moment.
So you'll just leave the infected ones to die? You're a coward.
I can't help the infected ones. They have to die so that the rest of the village can live. I accept this. If you think that makes me a coward, so be it.
Well, I'm going to go through those gates to try and help the infected ones.
I can't stop you from going through the gates, Upworlder, but if the infected ones have already transformed into rakghouls, you'll be walking into your grave.
Fair enough. The thing about it is that most of my decisions here, they give me light side points, but they're mostly for self-survival than anything.
Please, help us. We're infected with the rakghoul disease. At any moment we could... No! This cannot be... No!
Well, that's unfortunate. However, it looks like we still have some here. So let's throw a sonic grenade. And slice and dice these guys up. Sorry we couldn't save you, but thank you for providing me with some XP. Every little bit helps. Now, are you guys gonna turn?
Please, please, you have to help us. We beg you. We don't want to end up like the others. Please help us. We can't end up like them.
Well, I brought you some serum.
You have a cure? Please give it to me, please, quickly, before it's too late.
Here, take the serum. I have enough for both of you.
Quickly, I must inject it before it is too late. Yes, I feel it working. I feel the disease burning away. It's like a miracle. I am cured. Thank you, Upworlder. You have saved us from a fate worse than death. I only wish I had some reward to give you. Maybe you can find something worthwhile in the wreckage of that Republic escape pod.
Republic escape pod? What are you talking about? Now, I know we've already passed by it, but maybe there's some new information we can get.
Not long ago, an escape pod crashed in the Undercity, far to the northeast of the village. We were going to try and salvage equipment from it, but we were attacked by the rakghouls and infected. I'd tell you more if I could, but our salvage team never reached the pod. It's probably still there, unless some of the other Upworlders already found it and picked it clean. We should go now, Upworlder. We're anxious to return to the village and see our families again. Thank you once again for everything you've done.
And that right there is how you build hope. You seem to be out of a job.
You amaze me. I always thought the surface dwellers couldn't care less about us outcasts. But you risked everything to help those infected villagers. I wish I had some type of reward to give you, but we outcasts have nothing. All I can offer is the gratitude of the entire village.
That'll do, pig. So if we look at the map, yeah, we definitely went there. That's where we found the Republic soldier who transformed. So let's go ahead and travel to the sewers. Let's check the quest log just to make sure. And we will go ahead and level up Qarth too. I did notice that. So we got journals to find. We still have the dual ring to deal with. Qarth is being Qarth. While we're here, we might as well talk to Mission. Off camera, I had an opportunity to talk to her again, but I needed to get the show on the road, so...
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about your brother.
I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
Why's that?
It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know?
Sounds like Southwest. Not really. You were stowaways?
I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
What kind of problems did your brother have?
He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive, showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
All the bare essentials. Pretty handy skills to have, Mission.
Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would.
Why did he leave?
He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went.
Who's Lena?
I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. Is there something else you need?
I don't remember hearing that before.
Okay, have it your way.
Intergalactic skank. Fair enough. So Lena's very popular. Get Qarth up to level 6, which means that Seth should be relatively close by. So let's head to the sewers. Well, let's have some fun. There's always a sewer in a game, especially in an RPG. That's just common sense at the end of the day. This is only one of the sewer entrances. We may have to head through the other one as well. Hello there, Gamorreans. I was about to say, I was like, we need to find where the Gamorreans are. They found us. They seem to be relatively squishy, though, so... Well, they certainly look it. I like Gamorreans, though, from Return of the Jedi. One thing about this game is the morality system. Now, a lot of people think that it is very hard to go gray in this game without it making a whole lot of sense. And like I said, I was trying to go gray, it just didn't seem... I want to do stuff that I think this character would actually do. And a lot of them are very good decisions, even if they're very self-serving. What you need to take into account is that this was one of BioWare's very first games that dealt with a morality system. So it is relatively rough because it was their first go. It got a lot better and a lot more complex as time went on. But we got to deal with what we have here. Let's go ahead and try out that. Decisions in this game that maybe in other BioWare games may have had different morality to it is now just very black and white. Ooh! Hi guys. And let's throw a sonic grenade. But to be fair, nothing is more black and white than the choice you have to make at the end of this game. No spoilers. Outcast Core. Promised Land Journal. That's one journal down. Let's go ahead and check that out. Where are you at? Promised Land Journal. This journal is a record of the long and difficult search to find the Promised Land. It contains many half-completed maps and cryptic notes, all attempting to decipher whether the legend is true or simply a child's fable. By itself, the journal does not contain enough information to solve the mystery. However, it could be a valuable piece. Okay. And we got a skeletal corpse here with a med pack and some credits. Well, I'm glad we went ahead and searched that. Let's try this door now. More Gamorreans in a ring. Let's just fight our way around. Looks like none of them have blasters, so it's all going to be melee combat. Which I'm okay with. That's Seth's speciality, to use the term. Oh, you guys starting stuff? And you finish stuff. That's good. I don't care if you guys start a fight, just so long as you finish it. And frag mines. Mission? You are up. Please try not to make anything go boom. Force field control. What is behind the force field? Looks like more area to explore. Too bad we don't have Borrowdor from KOTOR 2 in the party. He'd take care of that force field real quick.
Yeah?
Sure.
That energy shield leads to another section of the sewers. The entrance to the Vulcar base is somewhere past there. I've got the codes to lower the shield, but we have to rescue Zaalbar from those Gamorrean slavers. Don't worry, we can come back after we find Big Z.
Good deal. Just so we know what we have to deal with. Skeletal corpse. Skeletal core. I have to say, these sewers are actually relatively clean compared to other sewers I've seen in Star Wars games. Whoa, Gamorrean patrol. Hey, Piggy.
Time to rumble.
Bye, Piggy. We'll just go door to door. And we've got, looks like a droid and a corpse here.
What?
And I think only one mine. I could be wrong with that, though. Yeah,
Sure.
just one. Is that the other Promised Land journal? Awesome. We got all three now. Droid is damaged and inactive. We can reactivate the droid and have it go out on a reign of terror. Yeah, why not? Let's engage the droid in patrol mode. And optimize targeting. That seems to be the best bet that we can do. The only reason I'm doing that is it gives us a little bit of XP, which is definitely handy. And we got some credits on the Piggy remains. And Gamorrean Chief. Okay, we may... This may be exactly what we need. I'm going to go ahead and throw a grenade. Well, actually, no, I just leveled up. Whoop, don't die. Whoops. We died. That's alright, come on, Bob. Owie. Bob, why aren't you shooting? Go ahead and... Ah, there you go. Thank you, Bob. Wakey, wakey, guys. Not expecting... We got kind of zerged there, and unfortunately Bob could not help us out.
What?
And Seth isn't happy. Can't say I blame him. Looks like we can only rock out some repair for right now. We can't do any more... Or some skills. We can't do any more persuade. So let's do computer use and demolitions. And there we go.
What?
And Qarth is not happy. Let's use the regular med packs because we got a overabundance of them.
What?
Key cardio regulator. Nice. What is the cardio? Fortitude plus 2. That is definitely a Qarth item. Because that's what soldiers are good at.
Sure.
And I think that was the only kind of stuff we had to deal with. We had...
Look at this. this is one of those old-style manual locks. No computer codes or nothing. The sewers is the only place you'd see one of these on Terrace. You can't use conventional security spikes on these old locks. But don't worry. I've come across them before. I've rigged up a little device that should do the trick.
Hey! You're a sight for sore eyes, Mission.
I'm glad to see you too, Big Z. You didn't think I'd forget about you. Mission and Zaalbar, together forever.
Who's that with you?
These are my new friends, Big Z. Without them, I could never have got you out.
Good to meet you, Zaalbar. I'm Seth Telgar. You know the language of my people? That's rare among your species. I'm impressed. You've saved me from a life of servitude and slavery. There's only one way I can ever repay such an act. I'll swear a life debt to you.
A life debt? You sure about that, Big Z? Think about it carefully. You better be sure about this.
I'm sure, Mission. This is an issue of great importance to me. Because of our great physical strength, Wookiees are being used as slave labor on our own homeworld. They see us as brutes and animals to be exploited. Over the years, slavers have taken many of my people, and we must always be on guard against raids against our villages. When the Gamorreans captured me, I thought I was doomed to a life of servitude. I've been saved from such a fate, and it's the only way I can repay that is through a life debt.
Is he swearing a Wookiee life debt to you? Wow, this is major. Do you realize what it means?
It means I got a new person in my party. It's got some kind of loyalty vow, isn't it?
A life debt is the most solemn vow a Wookiee can make. It means he'll stay by your side for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Zaalbar will be with you.
In the presence of you all, I swear my life debt. Forever after, I will be your side, Seth Telgar. May my vow be as strong as the roots of the great Worcestershire trees of Kashyyyk. Okay. Well, I don't want to say that I don't want it, because I don't want to insult the Wookiee who can tear my arms off. I'm honored to accept this vow.
I guess this means you're stuck with me, too. Wherever Big Z goes, I'm going. I almost lost him once. It's not gonna happen again.
Why won't this nightmare end? I'm glad to have you aboard, Mission.
So, I guess I still owe you one secret path into the Volker base. That was the deal, wasn't it? Don't worry. I know a back door into that scum den.
Good. The sooner we get there, the better.
I better come with you. The Volkers put up a force shield to keep the sewer dwellers out. I'm one of the only non-Volkers on Terrace who can get you past it. I can't remember exactly how to get there, but I know it was somewhere here in the sewers. Over to the northeast, if I remember right. I just hope the Rancor monster isn't still there.
Whoa! Nobody said anything about a Rancor monster.
There used to be a Rancor monster that made its nest in that part of the sewers. Pretty much eats anything it can get its claws on. That thing is huge! Luckily, Rancors aren't too bright. I was able to sneak past it before, so I'm sure we'll figure something out. That is, unless you want to change your mind.
Maybe we can capture it and sell it to the Hutts. Ugh. I'm not afraid of any Rancor. Let's go.
Okay then, off we go. Like I said, somewhere to the southeast. Just look for the force shield, and we'll know we're there.
Zaalbar has joined your party. Remember, you can only have 2 party members with you at a time. The others will wait for you back at the apartment. Well, at the moment, let's go ahead and rock out Mission and Zaalbar, and we'll leave Qarth to guard things. I think that's going to be best for everyone. Well, auto level Zaalbar. What does he have? He's got nothing. Now, I think he is mostly melee based. I think. Let's look at his feats and such. He's got melee weapon focus. Okay, so we'll hand him off Mission's Vibroblade and the Adrenaline Amplifier. And I think that's everything. So, a Wookiee with the blade is pretty nasty. The Wookie in general is pretty nasty.
What?
Now, Bob is running around killing piggies to make up for his shameful performance earlier. And we got a weapons locker. That is Mission's speciality.
Gotcha. Simple.
What we got? Bazak card. Ah, Zaalbar's bowcaster. Cool. Actually, we may go ahead and get Zaalbar with the bowcaster. I think he auto levels into melee, but every Wookiee needs a bowcaster. That's just good form. You know what I mean?
Yeah? Gotcha. Simple.
This is not simple, Mission. Did you just see? Things became less simple.
Sure.
Yeah, anytime there, Mission. Slice our way through some not zombies. Now let's see if we can recover the mine. We have upgraded our demolitions a bit. Oh! Apparently not good enough. More med pack. More parts and credits. And just making sure that everything here has been explored. Because there's the force field to the Volcar base. See, there's a lot of more of the sewers that we have not looked at that probably has all kinds of nifty loot inside. So let's just explore a little bit more.
Hey, Big Z, we gotta do something about your breath. I didn't want to say anything, but it's bad. Worse than usual, which is hard
We're
to
in a
believe.
sewer mission.
In fact, now that I think about it, your breath has been pretty rancid ever since we rescued you from those Gamorrean slavers. What'd they feed you, buddy?
They didn't. I wasn't their guest, Mission. I was a prisoner. I don't think they cared much what happened to me.
Oh, Zaalbar, that's terrible. I know how grouchy you get if you don't get your 8 square meals a day. I'm amazed you didn't pass out from hunger.
I did manage to take a chunk out of the arm of a guard that wandered too close to my cage. But it tasted awful, so I spit it out.
Ew! No wonder your breath is so bad, Big Z. Gamorreans smell like bantha poodoo. We'll have to pick you up a toothbrush to clean that stench out of your choppers.
Wookiees don't brush their teeth, Mission. It just isn't done. What humiliation would you use on me next? A comb?
Okay, relax. No toothbrush. Sheesh. Just try and eat something else to cover up that smell, okay? Stay away from anything that's smart enough to lock you in a cage this time.
I'll take care of it as soon as I can, Mission. For now, let's stay focused on the task at hand. I'd like the fact that if you heard a Wookiee's voice, it would just be this very kind of calm, Garfield-style voice. I like that. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to sit here under the lovely cleansing sewer water. And we will go ahead and end the episode here, and when we get back, we'll explore the rest of the sewers and break into the Volcar base. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.